Okay, you guys have heard a lot in the news about short-term rentals. They are great for cash flow, but there's a lot of regulations that come with them. In this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of owning a short-term rental property here in the greater Vancouver area. The good, the bad, what it's going to be like essentially owning a property like this. And if you stick around to the end, we are going to take you on a tour of what could be your next short-term rental property here in downtown Vancouver. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about real estate in Vancouver and the surrounding areas, subscribe below. Tap the bell to be notified of all the current update market trends here. My name is Megan Becker, eXp Realty. This is my colleague, Derek Hui. Us and our team get calls every single day from people looking to make a move to or within the greater Vancouver area. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, be sure to give us a call, text, or email. We're excited to help you make a smooth move to this great city. Now let's talk short-term rentals. Okay, pro number one is the flexibility that short-term rental offers.
So the great thing about having an apartment that allows for short-term rental or Airbnb is that it allows for the flexibility to have someone stay here short-term. So for example, if you are someone who travels often for work or just like to travel for vacation often, you can have someone stay in your property while you're away and have them essentially pay for the cost of your trip potentially.
Pro number two is the high demand here in Vancouver.
So one of the good things about Airbnb in Vancouver is that there's high demand throughout the year and people want to travel here all the time. So even if you're not planning a trip too far in advance, if it's something a little bit short notice, there's still a good chance that you can find a guest to stay in your home while you're away.
There's so many things that are happening in the city of Vancouver that attract people for a short-term rental. There's concerts, there's tons of events, summer, winter. There's always events happening and always tourists coming into this city. Pro number three is the ability to generate rental income.
Great thing about Airbnb and short-term rental is it gives you that ability to generate income on a short-term basis. So again, if you're away, for a short amount of time, whether that's a week or 2 weeks, have a guest stay in your home for that time period, and they can again help pay for some of the expenses on your trip, maybe your mortgage or other bills as well.
Consider it your real estate side hustle. Okay, now let's get into the cons. Con number one are the regulation changes.
So recently, the province of BC has announced that there are going to be some changes to the Airbnb regulations across the province. A couple of those things being it has to be your primary residence, and they're considering changing the definition of short-term rental from 30 days to 90 days. And then on top of that, they are going to roll out an enforcement unit to essentially ensure that all units are playing by the rules and not breaking any laws. So again, anyone who's, for example, hosting more than one Airbnb could be in a bit of trouble there.
So this is where it really pays to make sure you're working with a realtor. If this is something that you are wanting to use your property for, working with a realtor that understands short-term rentals and the current bylaws in the city that you're looking in. Con number two is the up and down seasonal demand.
Yeah, so with the seasonal demand, typically we've seen in the past with some of our clients, their Airbnb investments are typically the most lucrative and busiest during the summertime, and it tends to slow down in the winter in around November and December. So if you were to plan a really big trip in December or November, for example, maybe take that into account because you might not be making as much during those times of the year.
We really encourage our clients to look at your revenue from an entire year versus looking at it month to month because it can fluctuate quite a bit. Con number three are the management challenges.
Yeah, so with managing your Airbnb property, just as an example, maybe you've traveled, you're on vacation and you're on the other side of the planet, and let's say maybe your guests lost their key. So what would you do there, right? Make sure that you have your bases covered, whether that's hiring a property management company or just having maybe a family member who's nearby. Have those kind of potential problems, make sure those are covered in the case that those things happen, because of course if you're on the other side of the planet, there's only so many things you can do.
You want to be able to enjoy your vacation, not stress about a lost key. Okay, and this is what you've been waiting for. Derek just listed this condo that hit the market yesterday. We are 1 block away from Falls Creek. We're right across the street from Rogers Arena, and this building allows short-term rentals. Derek, tell us about this property.
Like she mentioned, great location. We've got Rogers Arena, BC Place for all your sporting and music events. We've got Costco down the stairs, so that's super easy for all your errands. And the whole building itself, I mean, it's got top-notch amenities. We've got a beautiful outdoor garden courtyard. It's got a swimming pool, hot tub, gym, really just everything that you need in one building. So you don't have to drive out, you don't have to walk out there, even when it rains, because we know we're in Vancouver, right? Everything is just in one location, in one building, and super easy to access.
Cool, let's go take a tour.
Welcome to Friends, where luxury living meets convenience. This 525 square foot, one bed plus den condo comes with one underground parking stall. It's perfect for someone that wants to be in the heart of Vancouver. Maybe you travel regularly and want the flexibility to potentially rent out your home and make some cash while you're gone. This may be the home for you. All this and more offered at $699.9. Like we mentioned, there are a lot of rules and regulations you need to be aware of when it comes to short-term rentals in Vancouver, and these rules and regulations can change. If you're considering a property like this or looking at making a move to Vancouver, I would love to help. All my contact info is in the description box below. Please reach out. And until next time, Derek and I are busy crushing a couple Costco hot dogs.
And this is a hot dog.